Think again, part 22. A person is oblivious to a physical disability but otherwise doing fairly well cognitively. It is known to be caused by damage to the occipital lobe of the brain. Yet, I've come to believe that even when our brains are functioning normally, we're all vulnerable to a version of Anton's syndrome. We all have blind spots in our knowledge and opinions. The bad news is that they can leave us blind to our blindness, which gave us false confidence in our judgment and prevents us from rethinking. The good news is that with the right kind of confidence, we can learn to see ourselves more clearly and update our views. In driver's training, we were taught to identify our visual blind spots and eliminate them with the help of mirrors and sensors. In life, since our minds don't come equipped with those tools, we need to learn to recognize our cognitive blind spots and revise our thinking accordingly. A tale of two syndromes. On the first day of December 2015, Hala, Tomas' daughter, got a call she never expected. The roof of Hala's house had just given way to a thick layer of snow and ice. As she watched water pouring down one of the walls, the friend on the other end of the line asked if Hala had seen the Facebook post about her. Someone had started a petition for Hala to run for the presidency of Iceland. Hala's first thought was, who am I to be president? She had helped start a university and then co founded an investment firm in 2007. When the 2008 financial crisis rocked the world, Iceland was hit particularly hard. All three of its major private commercial banks defaulted, and its currency collapsed relative to the size of its economy. The country faced the country faced the worst financial meltdown in human history. But Hala demonstrated her leadership skills by guiding her firm successfully through the crisis. Even with the accomplishment, she didn't feel prepared for the presidency. She had no political background, she had never served in government or any kind of public sector role. It wasn't the first time Hala had felt like an imposter. At the age of 8, her piano teacher had placed her on a fast track and frequently asked her to play in concerts. But she never felt she was worthy of the honor. And so, before every concert, she felt sick, although the stakes were much higher now and the self doubt felt familiar. I had a massive pit in my stomach, like the piano recital, but much bigger. Hala told me it's the worst case of adult imposter syndrome I've ever had. For months, she struggled with the idea of becoming a candidate, as her friends and family encouraged her to recognize that she had some relevant skills. Hala was still convinced that she lacked the necessary experience and confidence. She tried to persuade other women to run, one of whom ended up ascending to a different office as the Prime Minister of Iceland. Yet the petition did go away. Hala's friends, family, and colleagues didn't stop urging her on. Eventually, she found herself asking, who am I not to serve? She ultimately decided to go for it, but the odds were heavily stacked against her. She was running as an unknown independent candidate in a field of more than 20 contenders. One of her competitors was particularly powerful and particularly dangerous. When an economist asked to name three people most responsible for Iceland's bankruptcy, she nominated David Oddsson for all three.